Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode, episode 5 of MLB The Shift. I'm your host, Chase Canali, and I'm excited to get to talking about another week of baseball with you guys. It was a wild week. There's a lot of stuff to cover, but I'll try and get through it as fast and efficiently as possible. We'll start off this week in the NL East. As usual, we got the Braves still sitting top, but they're getting some heat coming from my boys, the Mets. Even the Marlins are giving them a little run for their money. Braves had another solid week. nothing, no surprise there. Seems like every week they're at their, even when they have a bad week, they're somehow finishing 500 or a game above. So, but yeah, they had tough opponents in the Rangers and Mariners. They held their own, went 4-2 in that span. They had 5 2-run homers in one game. When I saw that stat, I was like, that's ridiculous. But of course, home run strikeout team like the Braves, you expect them to do stuff like that. They got this with Fried and all the injuries they've been having. Schuster, they bring up this kid Schuster. He has a good start, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned runs, 1 hit, 7 Ks. It seems like everyone the Braves bring up just turns into a stud, whether it's Michael Harris or Vaughn Grisham or Strider or Kyle Wright. I mean, the list, Elder, the list goes on. Speaking of Elder, he had another 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. His ERA is still sitting at 2.06 over almost 2 months into the season. So that's impressive. Like they needed any more help. But I mean, right now they do need the depth. Charlie Morton gave him 6 2/3 innings, scoreless, 10 Ks. Big performance from the Salt Man there. And then as far as hitting's concerned, they keep doing it. Arciano Zuna had 13 hits combined, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs. Olsen had another 8-hit week, 4 doubles, 6 ribbies, 2 home runs. And Acuna, man, he's not letting up in that MVP race. 8 hits, 8 runs, 3 home runs, 4 straight games with a home run. When he's hot, he's a guy you don't want to pitch to. Mets, my boys, the Mets. We're wearing the grays today. Um, they got it done. That was a big. Um, they ended up going 5-1 versus the Rays and the Guardians. 5-game win streak they got going on. 2 wild walk-off comebacks. I was at one of those games, that first comeback. It was truly a sight to see. They had the kids getting it done. Beatty and Alvarez each had 2 home runs. The babies, they call them, starting to get stuff done. Lindor, 9 hits and a walk-off in his return to Cleveland. Alonso, 6 hits, 4 home runs, 10 ribbies, and a walk-off 3-run home run, and a game-tying grand slam. I mean, this guy is absolutely insane. Leads the baseball in home runs with 17. McNeil, 11 for 25, 5 runs scored. He had a big week, low-key. Verlander, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 0 walks. He bounced back versus off that bad start versus the Rays. He's starting to look like prime Verlander. Senga, another 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 12 Ks. That was the game I went to. And then you had Scherzer, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 0 earned runs in that first leg of the doubleheader. So a historic doubleheader there. You don't normally see Scherzer, Verlander, 2 Cy Youngs going forward on the same team. That's something special. They each pitched really, really well. That's 6 Cy Youngs combined. And then even that nightcap, we got to treat with Bieber as the other Cy Young. And McGill had a good outing as well. Can't overlook that. So pitching staff starting to get it right. We just need we really need Carrasco to step it up until Quintana can get back. And yeah. Marlins, they're sneaking up in that third place spot. 4-2 versus the Nats and Giants. So Lair had a 2-run walk-off and when they scored 3 runs in the ninth to come back. Luzardo and Cabrera had more good outings. Yuri Perez finally got his first one. He had 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Braxton Garrett, really stellar performance from him. 6 1/3, 1 hit, no earned runs, 8 Ks. So that's really big for them. If he can get it going, I mean, that's a big for this rotation. And then if you start to see Sandy start to figure it out, which eventually he will, I could see them making a wild card push. De La Cruz, 7 for 23, 5 RBIs. Soler, 3 home runs, 7 hits, 7 RBIs in the week. And Arias, of course, 8 for 21 with 3 doubles. He's back in there. Phillies, not much from the Phillies. They had a disappointing week. They went 2-4 versus the Cubs and Giants. Taijuan Walker had a decent start where he went 5 1/3, 2 hits, no earned runs, but that was coming off a start earlier in the week that he got hit up pretty hard. Aaron Nola had a nice game to stop that losing streak. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks. That's good for him. He's got to start getting it going. And then the lineup was pretty quiet. Bryson Stott, he went 7 for 22, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. But besides that, nothing really to speak on there. And then the Nationals, they've been playing some good ball this year. They're worth a mention. They went 2-4 versus the Tigers and Marlins. Corbin had his first back-to-back wins in a year. Josiah Gray had 2 nice starts, 12 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. Joey Meneses keeps getting it done, man. What a story from him. 8 for 21, 4 doubles, 5 RBIs. He could be a big piece at the All-Star break if anyone wants to take that flyer. Lane Thomas, 11 hits, 8 runs, 3 doubles, 2 home runs. He's been getting it done. He really roughed up the Mets in that series as well, but big week from him. And then Candelario. I haven't seen anyone accumulate this many hits in a week all year. 16 hits in the six game span. 16 for 28. That is incredible. That's equivalent to a 550 or above, 550 plus average. He has something like a 1500 OPS, 6 runs, 4 doubles, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. So huge week from Candelario, and he's still batting like 270. So he must have been down in the dumps there, but that's big to see from him. I mean, talk about being hot, Jesus. We'll move on to the NL Central. Pirates went 2-3 versus the D-backs and Tigers. They're tied on top of the Central with the Brewers. Old man Rich Hill, another really good performance. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned run, 7 Ks. I don't know how he continues to strike people out and performing at his age, but it's truly incredible. I think he's 42, 43 years old to getting it done. But the Pirates falling back down to earth. They had a 4-13 May. Mitch Keller keeps getting it done. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks. His ERA sits below 2.5. And then Oviedo, a really nice start. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. And then that lineup didn't do much. Cabrian Hayes got 6 RBIs. But besides that, Brewers 2-4 week versus the Cardinals and Rays. There's a reason they couldn't hold on to that first place spot, man. Really disappointing week from them. I mean, no easy opponents, but Cardinals are hot. The Rays are the best team in baseball, so I'll give them a little slack. But Owen Miller getting it done, 10 for 23 and 3 doubles. Big week for him. And then Adrian Hauser had a nice start, went 6 scoreless. Cubs sit at third place. They're falling back down to earth fast. They're 1-5 versus the Phillies and Stros. Steele had another 6 innings scoreless. Stroman had another great performance. Smiley, 6 innings, 8 Ks. Suzuki, 8 for 22 with 3 home runs, 5 RBIs. So there's some names there. The real standout performance from them this week, which had put up very similar numbers to Judge this week, but wasn't talked about nearly as much. Christopher Morel gets the call up again. 9 hits, 10 runs, 5 home runs, 8 RBIs. Homered in 4 straight games. What a week for Christopher Morel. Clap it up. Cardinals, man. Cardinals sitting at 4th place, but they're staying hot. They're coming quick. 5-2 versus the Dodgers and Brewers, 2 tough teams. They had an 18-run game and a 16-run game. That's impressive. So that lineup's really starting to mash. Arenado homers in 5 straight games. Flaherty had a beautiful 7 innings, 3 hit, no earned run, 10K performance. Liberator, 5 scoreless. They hit 7 homers in 1 game. First time they did it at home in like 85 years. Matt's a nice pitching performance on his return. Mercado, 5 RBI day. DeYoung, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. Or 3 home runs, 9 runs, 7 RBIs. Contreras, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Nolan, 11 hits, 6 runs, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. Gourmand, 11 for 24, 4 home runs, and 11 RBIs. And last but not least, Tommy Edman, 12 for 21, 8 runs, 3 doubles. This lineup went absolutely bonkers. Let's go Cardinals. We all knew they were coming, but it's going to take a little while. They started pretty rough, but they're coming. And then we got the Reds sitting in last place. 1-5 versus the Rockies and Yanks. The new kid Williamson comes up. He deals. Green had a decent performance, 10 strikeouts. Lively got it done, 8 Ks and 5 2/3. And then as far as the lineup's concerned, Fraley and Steer, they had some hits. Steer went 9 hits, 3 doubles. We'll dive into the NL West, where we have the Dodgers sitting atop the NL West, holding a 30-19 record. They went 3-4 versus the Cardinals and Twins, walk-off walk in one of those games. Muncy had another 2 home run game. He had 3 this week. Gonsolin had 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned run. Will Smith and Mookie each scored 6 runs. Vargas, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 doubles. And Freeman, big week, 12 for 28, 4 doubles and 8 ribbies. Diamondbacks not too far behind. They're sitting in second place, only a game and a half back. They're 8 games over 500. I don't think any of us expected the Diamondbacks to be where they are right now at this point of the season. So it's time for us to start taking the D-backs seriously, man. They went 4-2 versus the Pirates and A's. Granted, not great teams, but they took care of business. Ryan Nelson, 5 1/3, no earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 hitter. Merrill Kelly had a nice 2 starts, 12 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 13 Ks. Perdomo and Carroll each had 6 runs and 2 home runs. And then Ketel Marte, 9 for 25. Man, watch out for this D-backs team. They're young, they're fast, and they can beat you in a lot of different ways. Giants, hot start, 5-1 versus the Phillies and Marlins. They are coming. They snatched that 3rd place from the Padres. Disco is solid. Webb had another 6 innings, no earned runs, 7 Ks. Schmidt and Estrada each had 7 hits. Schmidt, young kid, keeps getting it done. And then it was weird when I was looking at all these games were low scoring. Giants pitching was very good this week, but none of their starters went deep. I was seeing all these starters 1, 2, and 2 earned run performances, no earned runs, but they were going 3, 4, 4 and a third innings. Short starts, 50, 60 pitches. So Giants are doing Giant stuff. They're not letting their guys go deep, but their bullpen's so solid. They don't care. They're going with their strength, and it's getting the job done. And then we got the Padres, man. What are you doing, baby? Come on. 21-26 from this, one of the highest payrolls in baseball. Man, they need to wake up. 2-4 versus the Royals and Red Sox. All right, losing to the Red Sox is not good, and I'm not gonna let that slide. But losing to the Royals, come on. But how do you lose 2 out of 3 to Royals? That's unexcusable. Waka was the only really bright star that I can talk about. 7 innings pitched, 1 hit, 11 Ks, no earned runs, and he had a no hitter going into the 8th. And then he does it again later in the week, 6 innings pitched, no earned runs. I mean, this guy is really starting to pick it up. Hopefully he can start this rotation, get this rotation going, because they're going to need some help. It's mainly that lineup that really needs to start mashing. It was all talk about that lineup: Bogarts, Tatis, Machado, Soto, that top 4. No one's getting it done, not as a team. Rockies sitting in last place still, 2-4 versus the Rangers and Reds. Not a whole lot to cheer about for them. Brenton Doyle had his first ever 2-home run game. He finished the week with 8 hits, 5 runs, 7 ribbies. Chase Anderson had 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs. So props to him. And Harold Castro, only 13 at bats, but he had 8 hits, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs. Big week for Harold Castro. Now we move over to the AL East. We got the Rays sitting atop the AL East still. After a 3-3 week, Brewers and Mets. Paredes had a 2-home run game versus those Metsies. 7 RBIs on the week. Fleming and Bradley had some solid starts. Eflin, 7 innings pitched, 8 Ks. McClanahan, lights out, 7 innings pitched, 7 Ks, no earned run, no surprise. Harold Ramirez keeps getting it done at the plate. 7 for 20, 5 RBIs. Josh Lowe, 8 hits, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. And then they got Yandy back in that lineup, which is big for them. Orioles, second place with a 31-16 record. 15 games over 500. They're sitting at second. They'd be leading any other division in baseball. So would almost the Yankees for that matter. Orioles, they are the real deal, man. It's time to start waking up and really taking this team for real. They went 5-2 versus the Angels and Blue Jays. No pushover teams, man. Big week for them. They sweep Toronto, which is crazy. They had 2 extra inning victories. Mullins had a 5-hit game. I mean, he's just been on fire. Creamer and Bradish, solid. And this was coming after a week Mullins hit that cycle. But 5-hit game. Creamer and Bradish, solid. Gibson, another 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned. Mountcastle and O'Hearn, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs combined. Santander, 7 hits, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Austin Hayes, 8 for 25. Adam Frazier, 9 hits, 6 runs, 2 home runs. Shout out Todd Frazier though. And then we got Cedric Mullins finishing the week with 10 hits, 4 doubles, and 7 RBIs. Mullins is putting together another one of those monster years. One of my favorite players to watch in the major leagues. Yankees starting to heat up, sitting at third place. But like I said, they are 9 games over 500, 6-1 this week versus the Blue Jays and Reds. Severino came back. He made a solid debut, but they lost German for a week. He got suspended. They're down a guy. Second time getting caught with that sicky stuff. Didn't say anything the first time. Now they get him. German's suspension. I said that already. Cole, 6 innings pitched, and Schmidt, another solid outing. Cortez, also a solid outing. Judge, 2 home run game, 4-hit game, 11 for 22, 7 runs, 7 runs, 5 homers, 11 RBIs, and he had 7 home runs in 7 days. This man, Judge, man, he's doing what he did last year. He's carrying this team. 7 homers in 7 days. Are you kidding me? It seems like every day he's in the highlights, and he's still 4 home runs behind Pete. So sad to hear that. And Gleyber Torres had a nice week. He had 8 hits and 5 runs. Red Sox sitting at 4th place, but they had a 4-2 week versus the Padres and Mariners. Very impressive from them. Bounced back after losing a couple before that. Devers, another 2 home run game. He had 7 RBIs this week. Bello getting it done. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. Paxton, nice in his return. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. Chris Sale's figuring it out. He had another great start. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks. And then Turner, Verdugo each had 6 hits, 5 runs. And Yoshida stays hot. The plate, Blue Jays, not a good week for the Jays, man. They're sitting at last place. 1-6 versus the O's and Yanks. No easy opponents, but still, you expect them to do a little better than that. Like I said, they got swept by the O's. Gossman, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 10 Ks, and 8 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. 2 stellar starts from Gossman, man. I mean, that's a combined 15 innings, 4 earned runs. And that 10K performance, I mean, that was one of the best performances you'll see all year. Chris Bassett, another 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks. Another big, long start for Chris Bassett. He's really starting to figure it out. His ERA is almost below 3. Jansen, the only win for the Jays this week was a walk-off 3-run homer in the 10th when it was tied 0-0. That was a crazy game. George Springer, 9-hit, 5-run week, and then Bo Bichette put up 10 hits as well. Twins still lead atop the AL Central. They went 2-4 versus the Dodgers and Angels, but no one else in the division is really stepping up, so they're still up there. Pablo Lopez had a nice rebound start. He went 6 innings, 9 Ks. His ERA is up to 4, though, so I don't know how the heck that happened. Louis Varland and Bailey Ober, nice starts. Bailey Ober's looked really good. Joe Ryan, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned run, 9 Ks. He continues to shove. Byron Buxton, 6 hits, 6 runs. Willie Castro, 9 for 25, 3 stolen bases. And Kyle Farmer, 9 hits, 6 RBIs. Good to see that from Kyle. Tigers, 2nd place, but they're only 2.5 games behind the Twins, but it doesn't seem like they're really close for some reason. 2-3 versus the Nats and Pirates. No real highlights from the Tigers this week besides Michael Lorenzen's having a nice year. Quietly having a nice year. He pitched good versus the Mets, and this week he had a nice 6-inning, no earned run, 7K start. His ERA is below 3.5. Guardians sitting at 3rd place. They had a 1-5 week versus the White Sox and Mets. Bibby, 3.18 ERA. Logan Allen, 3.04 ERA. They're both getting it done. They're both under the age of 25. And they both had nice starts this week. Bieber had a bad start, but then he came back and had a really great start versus the Mets on Sunday night. He had 8 innings pitched and 2 earned runs, but he got the loss because of that sacrifice fly from McNeil. And sitting at last place, but coming in hot, the Chicago White Sox, 5-1 versus the Guardians and Royals. Is their season over? I don't know. They got some fight. Rob Robert homers in 4 straight games. He's pretty much single-handedly keeping that offense afloat. Lance Lynn, 13 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 13 Ks over 2 starts. Clevenger Giolito, solid. Kopech, one of the best outings you'll see all year. 8 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, 10 Ks. We were waiting for that all year. I've been taking Kopech K's over unders, and he's finally stepped it up, man. I knew we were gonna get that from him. He's too filthy to keep pitching the way he's been pitching. Benintendi 8 for 22, and Jake Berger 9 hits, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. He's been great all year. And then we got the Pirates. Not the Pirates, Royals, still sitting in last place. We'll go to the AL West. Rangers still sitting atop the AL West at 29 and 18. They are have a 1-game lead over the Astros, who are coming in really hot, one of the hottest teams in baseball. Rangers finished the week 4-2 versus the Braves and Rockies. They continue to get it done. Heaney, 6 innings pitched, no earned runs, 5 Ks. Martin Perez, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks. Eovaldi, Gray, Dunning, nice starts. Adelis, another 4 home run week, 9 runs, 7 ribbies. Oh my God, this guy doesn't stop. Leads the baseball in RBIs. Corey Seager, 7 for 16, 5 runs, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Nate Lowe, 9 hits, 3 doubles, 5 runs. And Marcus Semien going absolute AWOL, 11 hits, 3 doubles, 8 runs. That's, that $400 million left side of the infield is really getting it done this week. Astros 6-0. We all saw this coming. Here they come, 6-0 versus the A's and Cubs. I know what you're gonna say, but still, you still gotta win ball games. 8-game win streak, 1 game out of first place. Alvarez 7 for 23, 3 doubles, 5 runs. Tucker 7 hits, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. Bregman 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 RBIs. Framber 15 Ks over 2 starts. One of his starts was a complete game with 4 hits allowed, 7 Ks and 0 earned runs. Are you kidding me? Altuve came back to the lineup. That sparked him. Belak, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 9 Ks. Hunter Brown, 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 9 Ks. Javier, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run. Those are the guys they're going to have to rely on with their injuries. Sitting at third, I should say, we got the Angels, 4-3 versus the Twins and O's. Ohtani, absolute monster of a year already, and a absolutely crazy day at the plate and on the mound. This is 1 game, all right? 1 game. It seems like I'm listening to a game where whole team's worth of stats here. Ohtani, 4 for 5, 3 RBIs, double shy of the cycle. Second time this year he was 1 hit shy of the cycle. In a game he pitched also. And in that same game where he had 3 RBIs, 4 hits, triple home run double, or a triple home run single, 7 innings pitched in that game. He gave up 5 runs, but hey, he hit 3 and got 3 back, so he really gave up 2. And then later in the week, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 9 Ks with a hit. I mean, this guy is absolutely unstoppable. He's not real. He's not a human being. I don't know how his odds for MVP were only plus 100. They're probably, after this week, they're probably like got a lot worse. But Reed Detmers, really great start from him. 12 Ks and 5 2/3 innings. Impressive from him. He threw the no-hitter a couple years back, if you guys remember. And then Ohtani finished the week with 3 home runs, 8 hits, 6 RBIs. And then Renfroe and Urshela combined for 19 hits, 4 doubles as well. They've been nice additions to this team. Mariners, what is you doing, baby? It's time to step it up. They went 2-4 versus the Red Sox and Braves. They sit in 4th place and 2 games under 500. Cal Raleigh, first ever catcher to home run from both sides at Fenway, making some history there. George Kirby, another great week for him. 13 2/3 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 12 Ks, got his ERA down to 2.62. Logan Gilbert, really good start, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 9 Ks. Suarez and Raleigh combined for 12 hits, 10 runs, 10 RBIs. And Teoscar is starting to get hot, 8 for 22, along with Kalnick, who had 7 hits and 7 runs scored. As far as the A's sitting in last place, they did have some exciting things to talk about this week. They had those 2 insane defensive plays. They had that one if you haven't seen them, you should really go and watch them. Jace Peterson had an insane play where he ran into foul territory to make a catch, where he just stuck his glove out and kind of ran full speed over a mound into the stands. Absolutely insane. And then there was another crazy play. I don't know exactly who it was, but it was it was foul along the first base side. First baseman ran over to the sideline. The ball was on the ground. He flipped it through his legs with the glove to the first baseman. Absolutely Mark Burley-esque. Absolutely incredible. Sears and Caprillion had nice starts. Asturi Ruiz, really one guy that's really makes A's games worth watching. He's a guy that's really electric. 10 for 26 on the week, absolutely crazy. 3 doubles, 6 stolen bases this week. It's a stolen base per game. First in MLB, he's got 24 stolen bases. He's on pace for 60 plus. We haven't seen that in a while. And then they had this kid Noda had a game tying 7th inning grand slam, same as Pete Alonso for the Mets. And then Ruiz walked it off for the A's in the 10th. So Ruiz is involved in a little bit of everything this week, and he got them the A's elusive 10th straight win. So that was a big win for them. Hopefully they don't set the record for the worst record, having the worst record in baseball history, but it's not looking good right now. That about wraps it up for this week's episode of The Shift. Hope you enjoyed talking baseball with me. Kept it quick this week, and I will see you guys again next week. Let's go Mets.